All right, welcome to 4-7. Our last lesson was one-step equations. We're now going to graph using an input-output table. Our next lesson is going to be problem solving using our guess and check strategy. So today we're going to be able to plot points on a graph using a table and create an input-output table when given a rule. So our vocabulary here is an input-output table, so I'm going to find I. So that's on page GHI. There's two I's. So it is on the first, it is not on either one of them. So we have to add it. So I'm on page 10 where there's I. We have isolate. So down here where we don't have a word, I'm going to make the word input-output table. Okay, and the academic definition is a table that displays a relationship between X and Y. Okay, so there's two ways we can do this. We can have X and Y vertically. So it could just look like 3, 4, 7, 2, 9, 18. Or you can have X and Y horizontally, where X is always on top, then Y is always on bottom. And we can have 3, 4, 7, 2, and then 9, 18. Okay, so those are all input-output tables. Could have zoomed in more, sorry. Okay, so personal connection would be like looking at your grades. Okay, when you input like the chapter 1 test, your output would be like an 83%. Okay, so just looking at any sort of table is really most times are input-output tables. Okay. All right, also known as an XY table. All right, so going back to our notes, sorry. We have plot the following: 2, 4, -3, 5, 5, 0. So remember here is 0, and we count the lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So 2, 4 is going to be right 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my first point. Then I have -3, 5, so that means left 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 5, 0. So 5, 0 means go right 5, and then stay there. So that's my last point. Okay. So plot the following points on the graph. So we're going to read each point horizontally on the table. So this is really like 3, 2, because that's my X and my Y, and these two go together. So 3, 2. So I'm going to label this first. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, so 3, 2 would be right 3, up 2. Then we have -4, 1, so I'm going to go left 4, up 1. And we have -5, -4, so left 5, down 4. So left 5, down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 0, 3. So 0 is on my X. 3 means go up 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's my graph for number 1. Now number 2, I have a rule. So we're going to create the table using the rule y equals x minus 3. Then we'll plot the points. Okay, so we're going to substitute the value of x into the equation and evaluate the expression to find the y. So we know y equals x minus 3. So in this first one, x is negative 1. So this is going to be negative 1 minus 3, which negative 1 minus 3 would be negative 1. Change the subtracting to adding. Opposite of a positive 3 is a negative 3. So negative 1 plus negative 3 would be negative 4. So that's my answer there. Okay, then I have 0 minus 3. So again, that'd be 0 plus negative 3. And 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3. Then I have 1 minus 3, which would be 1 plus opposite of 3 is negative 3. I have a positive and a negative, so I'm actually going to subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2, and I have more negatives, so it'll be negative 2. And I have 2 minus 3, so that would be 2 plus negative 3. And I'd subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1, and I have more negatives, so negative 1. So now negative 1, negative 4, so again we're going to label. We always want to make sure we label because otherwise we don't know if we're going to count by 1s, by 10s, by 20s. It's always important to label. So we have negative 1, negative 4. So left 1, down 4. 0, negative 3, so down 3. From 0, 0, and then down 3. 1, negative 2, so right 1, down 2. And 2, negative 1, so right 2, down 1. And that's where we're going to leave that for now. Okay, number 3, last example. We're create a table using the rule x plus 4, then plot the points. So we're going to substitute the values of x into the equation and evaluate the expression to find y. So these values we're going to plug in for this x here. So it's x plus 4. So I'm going to do negative 2 plus 4. So if I have a positive and a negative, I subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2, and I have more positives, so my answer is positive 2. Then I'm going to have a negative 1 plus 4. So again, I have positive and negative, so I subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3, and I have more positives, so it's positive 3. Then 0 plus 4 is 4. So I'm just taking these numbers and I'm putting them in for this x here. So then put that 1 in, so 1 plus 4, and that would be 5. So I have negative 2, again label. Okay, so negative 2, 2. So left 2, up 2. Negative 1, 3. So left 1, up 3. 0, 4. So 0 and then up 4. And then right 1, up 5. Okay. So an input-output table is another way to represent ordered pairs. We read the table horizontally. When creating an input-output table rule, we substitute, that means switch out, values in for x to find the value of y. Okay, and that is it.